Hello everyone.
Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Israel Unleashed.
My name is Eli.
My name is Keith, and this is Ozzy.
This is Ozzy.
Ozzy's a beautiful dog.
Two of us are citizens in the beautiful town, city, Carmiel, in our blessed country, Israel.
Nice.
Nice opening.
Nice opening, yes. And then the other thing of Carmiel, it's actually vineyards of God, so a lot of wine has been made in this country, in this specific area for many thousands of years. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but
You learn
I'm capable of understanding.
You learn something new every day.
Yes. So, what are we talking about today?
Well,
Keith?
today, I don't know, we can talk about anything you like. I mean, we can, it's a brand new day. It's Monday morning. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny outside. It's warm.
Yes.
And I don't know, we were talking on the way over here, we were talking about love.
I mentioned the word love.
And we can go with that, I don't mind.
Yes.
Love is good.
So basically live in order to love, no?
Living is loving, yes, sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes,
We try to make it all the time, but some other forces take you away from that sometimes.
yes, make us angry and not accepting the whole environment around us.
Pretty much.
I understood through my life that loving and accepting others and accepting yourself is one of the basic things that God wants from us, from me. What do you think about it? Yes?
I agree. I learned in an early part of my life that, love, where do you get love from sometimes? You get love from the family. You get love from your friends. You get love from either your girlfriend or your wife.
You should. That's the
And
purpose.
sometimes it's at different levels sometimes, but the most important love of them all, I think, in my opinion,
Yes.
is the love from above and from God Himself. And I don't know, when you have full trust in the Lord and God Himself, you have the utmost love, and it's like a whole nother level of love that it's good to have. A lot of people don't have it. It depends on how you look at your love for God, I guess. I mean, me personally, I have the utmost love for Him. He's like, the Father, the Creator. He's the one to give us life, which is nice. And He's the one that actually gives us the not only love, but to have a chance to love, which is important in my opinion. So it's a nice thing to have, And,
Nice. Yes. Okay.
I mean, it can come in many levels. It can come like in spirituality. It can come in, it can come in form from what your mother gives you, and your father gives you, maybe your brother and your sister, or your kids. If you have kids, they give you a certain amount of love, which is nice too. And it's important, Like sometimes they give you a certain love that make you feel that, you're being a good parent. You know what I mean? And you're doing good by them, so they're giving back to you, and
The love they receive justify being in this world. Without this love, what purpose would I have?
this is true.
Is
Well,
Ozzy.
it's funny. Love is like it's evolving,
Mm-hmm.
and how much it's how much you can basically achieve, not really achieve, but have in life, yeah. Like when it comes to your kids, like I use them as an example. It's
Yes.
like how much as they grow older and they understand you and the things that they give you and you give to them, and their understanding, and it comes with a level of love. I mean, it makes you feel like more accomplished, makes you feel like you've done more. Does that make sense?
I think their acceptance of you and your deeds towards them on another levels as they grow up brings this love up. The more you live and the more they understand you, the higher your relationship with them, what it brings loves above. Yes, and we need that.
That's
Without
true.
that, we
It's funny that you say like more of like a higher, because it's like it's almost like prayer in a way, yeah.
yes. it's
Like you start at one point and you work your way up to like this moment of like total enlightenment. Yeah.
Until you
And
all fire inside yourself.
Exactly. And
Good fire.
Sometimes love is like the exact same way. It goes in like levels up. Yeah. Like when you wanna love God and stuff like that, and you have to have like this full. Like you have to be able to trust yourself so you can trust Him, and you know that He's going to guide you. Okay. You have to have like this ultimate love. You know what I mean? And like you have to be able to face the fact that it's okay, things happen, but He's going to get me there. He's going to get me to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? It's like you're driving. Like I said one time, you're driving a car, and you're sitting back. You're letting Him do all the driving for you. Like you're trusting in Him to get you where you need to go.
What you presented to me right now is it's so high.
It is high.
That I barely can start hoping to achieving this one day. But it's inspiration for me. Thank you.
I appreciate it. I don't know. I've had I've been spiritual for many years, and sometimes I tend to talk very and not. I tend to talk very high on some levels sometimes, like kind of like ultimate wisdom and stuff.
But you mean that?
But I mean it because I've lived through a lot of stuff.
It's not that.
And living through some stuff has given me more of perspective and more of like a level of understanding where like sometimes I have the same conversation with my children like I just had with you. And I say things that and they tell me I blow their mind with what I just said. So to me, it sounds like it's natural. Yeah, it's just like flowing out of me. But like when it comes to
them, it's
to say it,
new.
And I get the response back. It's like wow, you're like that was very enlightening. You know what I mean? Like it opened their eyes. Yeah, if they can understand what I just said. Yeah, but
they understand on their level of understanding.
Sometimes I can say some things that
higher than them.
And sometimes if you haven't lived through something, sometimes it's not easy to understand certain things. Sometimes, but it helps if you live a little.
If God positioned them in the place where they hear that,
yeah.
So He meant to them to be there and to hear that. So He knows they feel it.
Yeah.
So you have nothing to be worried about, and
no.
So don't fear of that.
No, it's definitely a great experience. Though.
My children also ask me lots of questions about life, and when I answer them on my level of understanding, it's also inspiration for them, and I'm telling to myself, I envy of them because I had another type of answers from my parents.
That's true.
So the chance of being all spiritual to my children, it's a real gift to them, because the world as I seen it before doesn't give this chance to anyone.
Yeah.
People come to spiritual conclusion after the age of 14 and two marriages, 3 marriages, and all kinds of traumas. But when you start your life from early age with a spiritual parent, it's all another thing.
That's funny because my parents were never spiritual growing up. They didn't even really believe in like God, from what I understand from both of them. But they decided to give me a bar mitzvah in Israel when I was 13 and stuff like that. So this is what gave me my spiritual drive and my understanding towards what life about.
First step towards spiritual life.
About Israel and God and all that stuff. So that helped me in my course. But the funny thing is that you did say something where like your parents have one view and you have another view, and then your kids ask you a view and stuff like that. Which is it's interesting. But like as a young person, you realize that like you have your views, and as you get older, you have different views because you've matured a little, or you've gotten older, or a little more wiser towards things, and so your views have changed towards things. But like it's funny, but your parents and you never have the same views. Normally, 100%.
Still, but how
especially like if our parents are like old generation compared to the generation you and I are in today, compared to our children.
Yes.
So there was a lot going on, a lot different than what's going on today comparatively. Yeah.
Yes.
Which
how come I have the confidence?
Yeah.
To maybe I sometimes have the thoughts, maybe I'm not materialistic enough with them. But from the other hand, I have my conversation with my grandmother, who agrees with me on everything. And she was, through whole her life, she didn't have the word I want, I wish. All she had, I must. And I have to satisfy others. And right now, in the age of, God give her health, 18 something, she understands she was wrong. And I'm talking to her on my levels. We understand each other perfectly. And we can see the way our parents are wrong about many things still. Influenced by this materialistic world and abuse of, your work employment and all. And the way that worlds want to exploit you on many levels.
Right.
I'm not in the same wave, and I'm trying to let my children to understand that from the young age, I don't need good grades from you. I need you to be good people. That's all. You don't have to satisfy me with nothing. I know that the good job and the money doesn't give you the way that you want to be in this life.
I got you. Oh, you're right.
And you can say all those people, famous people, are not happy.
No.
Only trying to satisfy others.
Well, when you try to satisfy other people and you don't do things for yourself, you tend to drift off the right road or the right path, as they say.
It's the beginning of the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to love yourself and do for yourself, and as you do for yourself, also do to others. But it's also important to do for yourself more than others, than to please other people. Because when you please other people, not all the time do you please them the way you think you want to please them.
Maybe you're thinking that pleasing them will give you the money, and this money will give you the chance to express yourself. But the moment you fix yourself on pleasing others, you're on the wrong way.
I agree. I personally think, in my opinion, I think that each one of us is on our own path. We all might be in this world together, and we all might have to work with each other, but we all have our own path and our own direction that we need to go in. And it's important to do things for yourself, but also it's important to balance things what you do for other people, you know?
Oh, we have a responsibility to others.
Yeah, we have a responsibility and stuff. I mean, because we're all eventually, whatever happens over here is affected over here, and we all realize that we're one. No matter what color or race or whatever, we all one
We
group.
complete each other.
We complete each other. A lot of people might not look at it like that, but I mean, honestly, if you look back and you take a step back and you look from the outside, then you'll see that we all complete each other. And it's important to realize that, because a lot of people don't realize that. You have a lot of people, like you're saying, who are like actors and who want to please other people and say.
It seems like it's maybe the right way from their
from
point
their
of view.
perspective, yeah.
Yes.
But in reality, when someone's trying to tell you what to do, the only person who knows really what to do
Is yourself.
is yourself.
For the guidance of
For the
God.
guidance of God, definitely. It's important for you to realize that you have, that. Because if you don't realize you have that, then you don't know what direction you're going to go in, and it can either pull you to the right or to the left, and in the end you're confused. And having confusion isn't good sometimes, because when you need like a clear moment of what you need to be or how you need to be and what you need to do in life, and you need it at that moment, and you're confused, you won't have the answers that you need, which is a problem.
And then what you do?
And you have to work on yourself. Sometimes, it's important to work on yourself. Like, for example, I had a friend, he told me after, I don't know, it took him 20 years to basically work on himself, but he worked on himself because he said he wanted to get married. And then he said he wanted to have a family and kids and stuff like that. And then eventually, after 20 years, he achieved this. But I mean, he had to work on a lot of physical things and mental things and things that are going on in his life in order to have it.
And he apparently done it.
And he got it, and he was granted the wish and the love from God to give him that, man, because that was a definite present, and he's definitely thankful for it, I can tell you today. And I'm happy to see him like that, and it's good to see him uplifted. But I mean, it takes a moment sometimes when you realize that, I need to work on myself. I need to do things that I want certain things. I need to work on myself.
Yes.
in order to get to where I need to be or achieve what I want to achieve. Yeah. And I mean, it helps when you see somebody who goes through that and they realize it, because it gives you some sort of like faith and understanding, and like, gives you the idea when you need to work on yourself, that you need to work on yourself too. Yeah. Like
Everybody.
he did. Everybody does too.
We're in the middle of the process all the time.
But like, sometimes in
Maybe
life,
even in the beginning.
sometimes in life it's, you go through and you learn and you have an understanding at the end, which is kind of funny, because you could live 75, 80, or 100 years, and then, and right then and there at that moment you've gone through so many experiences and so much life and development and being with people and helping people, that like everything seems to gel and make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You have an understanding for it. You have the wisdom finally that you didn't have when you were a young person. You get it at the end of life, which sometimes makes it even harder. But this is what the goal is sometimes, to
If you got
to achieve,
to achieve this,
almost achieve excellence. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yes.
life is almost like a race. You know what I'm saying? You have to. It's not like a straight race. You have to go through, kind
All
of like
kinds of obstacles.
obstacles, and cross country and water and air and whatever. And you have to crawl over things, go underneath things, go around things, because sometimes you have barriers and stuff. And once you achieve those things and go past those things, and you have more understanding and more enlightenment towards things, and the enlightenment is very important, because when you have enlightenment, sometimes it helps you understand yourself and what your inner soul is trying to tell you, because the soul is connected to the body, and if it's not connected to the body, and the body is not working in complete unison with the soul, then like the body dies. But I mean, if it's working together and you're both all achieving the both of that and that, or achieving one thing, they are trying to reach the ultimate goal. And the ultimate goal is to come back to where we came from.
Okay. Our personal beginning point.
Our personal beginning point. And it's funny because I read that, like, I don't want to speak about death, but they say it's
Death is part of life.
it's a part of
our race.
It's a part of life and whatever. But it said life, it's temporary, and life is forever.
Okay.
And if life is forever, I mean, obviously the soul never dies.
Soul never dies.
I mean, you might not
Death
have
is
you
just
might not
the-
have the body that you came in with, but you definitely have the soul that you came in.
Your body is only two. That you have to.
Well, the body in a way, it's only like a vessel to make movements and whatever.
to the real you.
To the real you, and the soul is this entity that's in you that the body is using to control in order to get what it needs to get and do what it needs to do, which is important.
So basically, what I understand, that our inner us, our inner I, my soul, it's the main thing that I should be working on. And
That's not the main thing. It is one of the main things, yes.
Okay, please.
You definitely need to work on yourself. You always have to work on yourself, because how are you supposed to have understanding for yourself, and what it's part of your environment. I mean, in order for you to have, say, like examples to your children and ideas and stuff like that, it needs to come from you. So you need to have some sort of experience and something, if you're working on yourself, to be able to give to others.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And this is where the part of, like, we all are a part of one another. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have yourself, but you also have your other people you need to work with, and like your children are a perfect example. And it's important that you work on yourself, that you have enough that you can depend and have confidence in yourself that you can give to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, you want them to be good people. You want them to succeed, and you want them to be successful, but you want them to most important to be good people.
Yes.
And being a good person and being able to help others and give what you give to them to other people. It's like kind of like a ripple effect in a way. It's like when you throw a rock into a water, and then there's a ripple effect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like the same thing, man. There's a point of origin, and then it spreads out. Right? You have no idea how much sometimes me and you just sitting here talking can have a ripple effect around the world where it affects other people. And it doesn't matter how far away it is. The ripples can go for a long time, man.
The camera can help us.
The camera can help us.
It's our long hand towards our
Exactly.
the hearts of our viewers.
Exactly. I like that. But definitely. Which brings me to another point, man. You know?
Yes.
That's what's important, that, you know, when you have love, that you can share it, man, because sometimes in a very dark world and time that we're in now, I see that, I notice that love goes a long way, you know. I mean, I said the other day to people that I might not know you, or I might not know what you're going through and stuff like that, but I'm saying a prayer for you, you know, and I'm saying something that can help you out, even if I don't know what it is. Hopefully it helps you, and it's me giving my love to you, or spending with somebody else, that it can help them make, if it makes my day, and help them make their day. So my love is important, I think. I want to turn a negative into a positive, as they say.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's important in the world we live in today. You have a lot of people who are negative, and it's important to be a positive, because positivity helps you gain a lot of stuff that you need,
And also not to lose.
and not to lose. But you know, giving it through love, man, it's a lot. I don't know. History's proven over and over. Giving it through love is 10 times better than getting it through another
Something negative like
something
hate.
negative and the hate. Yeah. So love's important, very much. You know.
Okay. What's
You
else?
know, the funny thing, I want to say another thing is that, like, you know, you have certain people that, like, you know, like your grandparents or something, you know, and as a young child you love them, and once they pass this, you have this love for them that never dies. You know what I'm saying? Love is something that it's always there with you.
Yes.
That I've always noticed. Yeah. When you love somebody or something, it's there forever. It's something that never goes away. It's even if you had a girlfriend that you loved 20 years ago, that
She's still in your
she's
heart.
still in your heart.
There has a room there.
It has
corner.
room there. And I always find that kind of funny, that, you know, because when you love somebody or something, that it never dies. It's always there, you know, and it never goes away. I think that
Becomes part of you.
it becomes part of you. I think that's beautiful. But it makes you who you're meant to be, or who you're supposed to be.
At this point.
But you know, when you love somebody or you love something, man, and it's important to you in your life, it's something you never forget. And I think that's beautiful. Honestly. I can't. complain.
I can't not agree with you.
Nice.
Good.
Anything else you'd like to share with us today?
That's no. On this subject, no. But another subject of you know, I feel that in the air something changed lately, and I feel good vibes. You know.
It's funny I say I feel the same way. I feel that there's been a change in the air, like this, like feng shui kind of thing, you know. That
Okay.
It's like it's changed for the best, which is good, because that's important too. Because sometimes what you have going on around you, it always stays the same. You always know something bad's going to happen, you know.
Yes, there
And
is a feeling like that is
and-
like worry, but right now, when I talk to people on the street and they answering me, I feel that we're connected. It's all the same conversation, but with connected on another level of understanding each other, and I'm happy with that. And it's a sign for me that many people will change across the next months, years, days, whatever.
As we say, God willing. Definitely God willing, and hopefully for the best. Change is important, and when you have, you always have to. It's like, you know, it's like, you know, you move the house around, yeah, and you change the energy in the house, and it might just be moving the table over here and opening a window or whatever. But it's changed something in the house. It's changed the way you view it, how you feel in the house, or something. That's an example, yeah. And it's the same way, like, kind of like in life, you know. I mean, a lot of things that, like, you know, you move around and you change, and it's for the best. And if it's for a positive thing, it's even better, yeah. Because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring, you know. You always have to live one day at a time, but you never know what tomorrow's going to bring, and when it's changed to a point of positivity, man, then
You can mindset yourself to a matter of work with yourself. No matter what's going to happen, it will be something good for you. Even if it won't be good, it's preparation for you.
Right.
That's all.
That's all. It's definitely important, and it's a good sign, man, which is a good thing. And God willing, something good happens out of that, and we're all affected by it, which would be nice.
We all will feel it.
We all need something to tell us everything's going to be okay, which is nice.
Yes.
And if it's a positive thing, then you have to go with the flow, man. You have to live it, man, and love it.
Accept it, love it.
Accept it and grab it and hold on to it, man. Don't let it go.
Pass it to our kids.
Exactly. So, hopefully that stays, and hopefully that carries on to something good. Hopefully that'll be blessings for you, and hopefully blessings for me, and blessings for everyone out there.
Thank you for listening to us.
Very much. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you soon on the next podcast.
Stay with us.
Be well. This thing's on the slant, man. It's hard to get up.